All right. Meeting of the Scituate Board of Health, Monday, January 14th, 2019, Selectmen's Chamber, Town Hall, 6 p.m. Make a motion?
Make a motion to accept the agenda for Board of Health meeting, January 14th, 2019.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. First on the agenda, discuss and vote septic design hearing, 87 Glades Road, Morse Engineering representing homeowner, request for installation of septic tank system requiring local grade upgrades and variances.
He was here and he forgot something, so he left. So we'll have to move on to the next one, and I don't think that they're here either yet. Grady's not here, I don't think, so.
Okay.
He's just not here yet, Jeff?
He was here, he forgot something, so we had to leave and come.
Okay, we're here as backup.
Okay.
He's the owner.
Okay, so Grady's not here either?
I don't see him.
Yeah. So how about discuss and vote homeowner application for community septic management program?
Okay, so we have our first Betterment septic loan application.
Okay.
That we received. So, as you well know, it's blinded. You don't have the name or the address, but I'm going to give you all the information on it. So the process is if you approve it, then the homeowner will sign the betterment agreement. And then once they sign the betterment agreement, they will give you the estimate, the 3 estimates they have for installation, because this plan has already been approved through the Board of Health. So they're applying for a betterment loan for it.
Okay.
They've already gone through all those steps. This is for a failed Title V report
Okay.
that they got. So everything is here, and they filled out all the application material for us. We did get an Assessors Department owner of record, which matches the application. We also got a town treasurer collector certification owner of record, and this particular property has an outstanding water bill. It looks like there's a current bill and a previous balance, so which is a total of $454. So I don't know what you want to do about that for this particular
Well, from the
address.
Collectors, before they would sign off, wouldn't they have to make sure he's current on all taxes?
It does say that in the betterment agreement.
That's what I thought.
It does say that they do have to have that paid.
So do we approve it, and if it's approvable, and then move that way, or do we wait until the other way?
It's up to you. If you approve it here tonight,
You just gotta-
we usually give them the betterment agreement, but you could prove pending the treasurer collector gets the funds, and then we could give them the betterment agreement to sign.
That seems-
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, as long as,
Review, okay.
The thing I have for you to see, they did the loan application with the valid criteria, and I put my little comments next to it because we already had a system in place. It's what the homeowner filled out. Doesn't have the address on there.
okay. I would say,
I can tell you that some of the questions. So the homeowner occupies the residence. They checked yes. They have a failed Title V. The question was, have you had to pump your septic system more than 4 times a year? They answered no. Do you have a contract with engineer? They do. They had a soil evaluation done. Perk test, they already had that done. And they also have plans. They also have the engineer estimate costs, and they've also been working on getting 3 estimates for the installation on it. They need a full system.
okay. I would say, I have no problem granting it. I mean, I don't know about yourself, except for making sure all taxes and all that stuff are
Okay.
paid.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, I guess.
So you can make a motion to,
Okay.
Make the motion. I have no problem with it either. I mean, this is the first one, and it's been in for what, a month now or so? So,
yep.
Do we have a motion on it, or just say, make a motion?
You can
to
just
a-
make a motion that you approve for them to
okay,
fill
so
out the
I'll
betterment
make a motion
agreement.
to approve. Now, this residence code number 1 is that?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that would be how I'd
Yes.
make the motion then. So motion to approve Board of Health Residence Code number 1 for Title V Betterment Loan Application Form, subject to unpaid water bills being taken care of.
Okay. And so once that's done, they sign the betterment this is how that goes. So once that's done, they sign the betterment program agreement, and then they'll come back here with the 3 estimates. And so you just need to approve what the homeowner has agreed to, for as far as the estimates go.
Does he send them to you?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
First one under our belt of betterment. It was a long time. So do we want to do private well for 136 Old Forge, Grady? Consultant representing homeowner requests variance of installation of private well. You want to just state your name and...
So, my name is Rob Carlazon with Grady Consulting, filling in for Darren Grady tonight at another meeting. This is the proposed irrigation well plan for 136 Old Forge Road. So we have a lot with a house on it, on Old Forge Road. Our client would like to install an irrigation well in the front right corner of the lot. There are kind of a few constraints in the lot that make us put this well in this particular location. We have wetlands just about surrounding the entire lot. We show the 100-foot buffer zone over here, which sort of encompass the vast majority of the entire site. We are here, we're asking for a variance, a relief from a variance. The town of Scituate private well regulation to allow an irrigation well less than 100 feet to a leaching field. Like I said, there's wetlands everywhere. The proposed well is 31.5 feet to the existing leaching field. The leaching field is also located outside of the buffer zone. We meet all of the state well setback requirements. So this is kind of the only variance that we're asking relief for in this case.
So this is where you want to put it, and then this is the leaching field right
Yeah.
now?
Yep.
What's the setback from wetlands?
100? It's 100.
Is that the state too?
I can look. I think it is the same, the state.
Just setback on the variance of regulations of this road.
Right, then I mean, the only thing is those two that...
Right, biggest concern on the road these regulations was making sure that the irrigation well is basically potable water as well.
Right.
So you know that you have to go through all the testing as if it was a drinking water after the well's installed, even if it's used for irrigation.
Okay.
So it is 100 feet from wetlands.
And where's that? There's wetlands over here, you said?
Just sort of over here, you can see an isolated wetland, and then we have our wetland line delineated like that, and then this is our 100-foot buffer line right here.
Yeah, that I don't think we'll have, right? 100 feet from the leaching field?
Right.
Now, is that wetland, is that isolated land subject to flooding, or is it wetland?
This is just wetland.
It's such a small little pocket.
Yeah, and then it comes down this way.
Right. I know if that little pocket wasn't there,
Yeah.
you'd probably squeeze it over on the other side of the driveway.
Do you know what it is from there to the leaching? Is it under 100 or over 100?
From where?
Wherever you're putting the tank to where the leaching field is? Probably not, right?
From the well
The well to the,
to the leaching field, we have it proposed at 31.5 feet.
yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't. What's the state? Is the state what, 25, is it, or 50?
20, it's 25.
25?
It's 25, it's 25, the state reg from an irrigation well. It's 25 to the leaching field. But because we're, we test for drinking.
Right.
We made it 100.
Right. So if the well goes in and it doesn't test because it's too close to the leaching, then you can't use it for irrigation either.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not inclined to grant variance. I'm not, it's too close.
And we set these just because of all the different problems and if it gets into the leaching field or in the leaching field into the well.
When we did these regulations, there was a fellow that came in, I can't think of his name offhand now, but he was a well driller, and he told us a story about a young girl in Pembroke who was playing in the sprinkler and got very sick, nearly died. And it was due to the fact that it was contaminated with septic. And, matter of fact, at his request, and we kicked these around quite a bit. We kicked these around quite a bit with a lot of public input. So this is the first variance that's come before the board, and in my opinion, I mean, boards change and people change and ideas change, but once you grant a variance, if someone does their homework, then basically you've set a precedence that why'd you do it for them and not for me? So it's kind of where you're so close, it's not like it's 98 feet and you're saying, teachers, this is like the tightest little spot we can do, you're 31 feet. It just doesn't, I don't think I could with a good conscience, with a clear conscience.
Right.
Not with the regulations we've had. I understand the state says 25, but I don't think I can.
Would it be, I guess we could move the well a little bit away from the leaching field. Just, it's a tight area. We could go up to about 40 feet.
Yeah, we're still looking, I would say I'm still with the 100, just because I don't want to, like he said, set a precedent and run into any other issues like they did in Pembroke. That was a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it was a scary story I told. And he's a well driller, he said it, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I am going to take business right away from him. But he was candid about it. He was straight up honest, couldn't say any different. He said, no, I wouldn't want that to happen. I wouldn't want to see it happen, especially with a well drill. So what I took from it.
Yep.
Some,
So you don't have it over there? So you would just,
There's nothing over here, right? On their other side of it, I mean, I don't know what it would be to the wetland.
Oh, here it is.
Cross. It might go into some of the driveway, but,
Yeah, this is the 50-foot line here.
okay.
So, I mean, this is all, so 50 to 100, you know, you wouldn't be meeting the 100-foot setback to a wetland over here. So it's, this thing kind of messes a lot of things up here, that isolated wetland.
I mean, this is not Conservation Commission, and we are not botanists by any means, but take a look at that and see if it's isolated land subject to flooding or something. Maybe we can have it redelineated. I don't know, just a suggestion.
Okay.
Yep. But, sorry, but. No, it's usually not my vocabulary, but in this case, I think I got a hold of my comment, I can't see.
Especially when we just came out with.
Just came out with them, it would almost just defeat all the work we did, you know, and everything we said and everything we heard and all the people that came in and everything else, so, I mean, I'm gonna have to say, move to deny the requested variance at 136 Old Forge Road for a 100-foot setback from a leaching field to an irrigation well. The town of Scituate private law regulations for the following reasons. It's too close. Too close.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Sorry about that.
You don't know if you don't ask, so that's right.
Yep. All right. This year with Morse, right? Yep. Discuss and vote, design hearing for 87 Glades Road, Morse Engineering.
Yep, okay.
Presenting homeowners, request for installation of septic, requiring local upgrades and variance.
Okay, we have the abutters cards, just make note of that.
So we want to just state names?
Yep. My name is James Garfield. I'm an engineer at Morse Engineering, representing Doris Curry for the septic system design at 87 Glades Road.
Okay.
And, I'm Doris Greer, the owner of the property.
All right, and all right, so I'll just kind of run you through the plan here. We have an existing 8-bedroom apartment building, which is currently serviced by a 3,000-gallon tight tank. And what's being proposed is a 6-bedroom building on piles. The existing tight tank will be converted into a 2-compartment septic tank with a pump vault. It'll pump the effluent into a pressure dose system consisting of the ARC 36 high-capacity chambers. So the PVC pipe will be solid as it runs to the chambers, and obviously perforated within, solid, perforated, kind of a odd design, but we worked around the constraints of the site. And as such, we've asked for a couple local upgrades and variances, so I'll kind of run you through those. We are asking for a reduction in separation of the groundwater from 5 feet to 4 feet in the bottom of the SAS. We are requesting the use of just one test pit in the SAS area. And then beyond that, for variance requests, just due to site constraints, we maximized the size of the system that we could do and tried to get creative with it. So with that, in order to keep the 10-foot minimum off of 85 Glades septic system, the maximum size of the system we could make was with a 22% size reduction. So along with that would be the allowance of that alongside the reduction from 5 feet to 4 feet, just because they can't be asked typically together. And we're also asking for a reduction from the property line to the SAS of from 10 feet to 4.7 feet shown here. Yeah, and as I kind of ran through, it's just site constraints that really hold us back on this one. But as I stated, currently a tight tank, so we believe this would be an improvement.
Yeah, it's a shoe-one in, and I'd rather see it than a tight tank. I would, and I know you did the tight tank, and you had to for what was
Strictly
done.
to accommodate the,
Exactly.
yeah,
and-
at $630 a month.
Oh, yeah, and if you get somebody that wants to be mean to you, I'm sure they can really ruin your budget on that. But the tight tank was a variance,
Yeah.
So, in my own opinion, as long as the engineering works and you've done the best you can and you're shoehorning this thing in, I'd rather see this, not only for the homeowner's benefit, but just not to have that tight tank. And
Right.
yeah, we're putting it in the ground, it's not going to the surface treatment plant, so it alleviates some of that too.
Yeah.
And there was nothing...
We did do an administrative review, and the comments were from the design flow calculations. They determined that they cannot take an additional 22% reduction using an infiltrator system. And there was no detail at the end cleanout as required, and the slope breakout calculations did not meet the breakout at the westerly end of the chambers. And the variance request was put in an upgrade. They needed to move that. And then we just got the updated version today. So we have not reviewed it.
Good. Look at it, wait.
So,
Anyway, we've got that all on here, but.
So we need a motion to...
yep, to
Do
continue.
you understand that?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, I don't want to see it go away.
All right, I've only been working on this now for a year and a
No, I
half.
know, I can see your eyes all of a sudden look like a slot machine. What just happened? Basically, an older plan was reviewed by the town, and the town has a certain amount of time to review it. There was comments made to the engineering firm, and those were just addressed today with this plan. So the town has not had a chance to look at the plan, and the presentation is here for the board, but we have an engineer that reviews a lot of the stuff too. As far as I'm concerned, if things are met per what the town engineer is looking at in review, I have no problem granting it. I think I was kind of stating that earlier, but we can't do that consciously until it's looked at. So it might be, what do you think?
Okay, well, it'll also be pending, so you could approve it with the pending administrative review, and we haven't heard from conservation yet either. So that's in this one,
Yeah.
so.
We've, if I may, we've
Yeah.
discussed the plan with the Conservation Commission, and we still have a meeting to go to with them, but they're kind of sitting under the impression of waiting on Board of Health
Yeah,
approval.
that's what normally happens, yeah.
So,
We'd be in a stalemate if maybe it was.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Supposed
concern.
to, with the town, supposed to work
You
with one
say
another.
yes, you say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I was hoping we were gonna be at conservation, next week, and with things approved, but,
Your feeling is, I mean, if we approved it, would...
Yeah, as long as there's no other comments from the administrative review, then, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. so
We'll bring it
that
back
would
if there's
say
more
that-
comments,
no.
so.
I've also got all the copies here for you.
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I mean, so we can make a approval pending on the engineer and looking at it and...
Conservation.
Conservation.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to come back to the next meeting and...
Yeah, so as long as you satisfy everything, then it'll just go through here, should
Mhm.
we'll get the approval there.
I'm not the one doing it.
You won't have to see our ugly faces.
It's a Monday night. Yeah. So, you good?
Yep.
Move to approve the septic repair plan with the following upgraded requests. Request reduction from the required SAS area by 22%. Number 2, request reduction from required 5 feet to 4 feet in separation to estimated seasonal high groundwater. Number 3, request 1 deep observation hole in proposed disposal area. And with the following variance requested. Request reduction from required 10 feet to 3.7 feet between the SAS and the property line. Number 2, reduction in the required 5 feet to 4 feet in separation between the bottom of SAS and estimated seasonal high groundwater while allowing a 22% reduction in size of SAS. This is pending Conservation Commission approval and engineer's satisfactory revisions to the plan to address the Board of Health administrative review comments, and that would be pending a second review by the town. So,
And before, you're not here for any
I'm here for
complaints
this
or...
too. Oh, no, I'm part of that
Okay.
group.
All right. I just want to make sure.
No.
There's no one else in
Thank
the
you.
audience, it's all good, no
Second.
comment.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
I am.
David, your father?
Yeah.
No kidding. Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Known your dad since I was a,
Oh, really?
I just caught the name and I'm like, blonde hair, blue eyes, I'm like, and you look a lot like your dad. Holy mackerel. I always knew him as Benny.
Yeah, all his old friends call him that.
Yeah.
The additional ones?
So
Okay.
here's four.
Okay, are these the ones that he gave
So
today?
he gave you the like it was basically updated.
Okay.
The only thing was that
Change that, okay.
he just had it listed under a local upgrade,
Right.
so I
Okay.
swapped it out.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I appreciate
All
it.
right.
Good luck with your construction.
Nice meeting you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Jim, take care, it's nice meeting you.
You too.
Say hello to Dad, too. Hey, don't get your, scale. Your mom, Summit, right behind my house.
You what?
Summit, right behind my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've known mom since I was. Yeah, Brian and Kevin, and
Yep.
the whole crew.
Yep. Wow, that's funny.
Small
Right by the
world.
bridge? Yeah.
Small world. I still wouldn't want to paint it, but it's a small world. Take
All
care.
right, see you guys.
All right, Assistant Director report.
Okay, so we have a little bit of updates. We have 4 active housing cases. We have 5 nuisance cases. For septic, we've got 5 new plans we're holding 12 septic plans. We're waiting for the revisions to come back from engineers. We get 9 certificate of compliance. We're waiting for signatures or revisions on the as-bills. We still have 15 septic systems in failure. 1 was tonight for the betterment program, so hopefully that will be down to 14. We're tracking 4 environmental releases. The permitting season is behind us. Teresa did a great job. I mean, it was crazy in December trying to get permitting done. Over 100 food establishments, pump and haul, rubbish removal, Title V, disposable works, everything. We got it all. She did a great job getting it all together. No, she did a great job. And the nurse still has a few flu vaccines available, so if anybody's working on that. We're working on emergency preparedness with the shelter operations, so we're working on that, and that's all we have.
I mean, that's all. It's a lot.
That's it so far, that's it.
All right,
And then your invoices.
which are all set.
Awesome. How we have today?
All it is.
Well, you're out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.